Good morning. Hi, Facebook. This is a cute little simple makeup filter. I love it. That's really easy on the face. Wonder how everybody is doing. What are you dealing with? What do you have going on in your life? What's the first thing that comes to mind? If someone asks you that, or if someone asks you, how are you doing? Or even, how are you feeling? What is the first thing that comes to mind? Because that's where our focus is. And when you are focused on something, you are truly like zooming in on it. And you have concentrated attention on it. Almost a constant awareness of it. And sometimes we feel like, well, how else could we be? So sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's not so good. It depends on what it is that we're focused on, right? So ask yourself, what am I thinking about? What am I focusing on? Apparently there are things that, we all need to do and we all need to accomplish. As adults, we have responsibilities. But I also noticed that for me in my life, I am both a student and a teacher. I learn a lot from observing. And then from the things that I observe and the experiences that I have, I like to share them. And in that sense, when it's helpful to someone else, it makes us a teacher. So each of us are students and each of us are teachers. From the things that I observe and the things that I've learned in my life, when I exhale and release things that are perceived problems, and the reason that I use the word perceive is because if you look at it as a problem, then that's the energy you're going to bring to it. But if you look at it as something that you can get past, then that's what it becomes. That's what has happened in my life with so many things. And it's the most helpful when I come to that conclusion after praying, let go, let God type of thing. When you decide to release the stress and let go of all of the things in your mind that you may be trying to do towards having a solution, sometimes it's not for us to solve. And I learned that. I'm like, I could have tried everything. Hey, Kevin. I could have tried everything. I hope all is well with the family and your beautiful daughter and everything. So yeah, I could have tried everything, and my everything may not have been enough for certain things. And the only reason why that is because it's not meant to be solved by my everything. If my everything is not enough, that just means that it wasn't meant to be solved by me. It was meant for me to go within, spiritually speaking, and seek the assistance that will then bring the solution. Every time it works for me. That's how I get through life. That's always how I've gotten through any of the perceived problems in my life. Some of the heaviest problems that I've ever had to deal with in life. And of course, as we know, there's always somebody out there who's suffering more than you, right? But it doesn't lessen the blow of what's happening in your life when you're forced to deal with it. So how do you get over it? So that's like number one for me. Going within spiritually, praying when I pray. It just brings a peace. Philippians 4, 6, and 7. It just brings a peace upon me where I can let it go. It's like carrying all these heavy things in your hand, right? You know what that's like, Kevin. Carrying all these heavy things in your hand, and you can't wait to sit them down. And once you sit them down, you're like, whew, finally. Once you let it go, best feeling in the world. But like to see things miraculously happen because I did let go and allowed God, the universe, those frequencies to come in. There's nothing that compares to that for me. There's nothing that compares to that. And like I said again, all I can do is share with you my story. I'm not here to try to tell somebody that this is how they need to operate. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make anybody feel like my way is right, your way is wrong. Because it's not about that. It's about sharing what we do have with each other. Because I feel like as humans, that's what we do best. No judgment, none of that. Just share. And when you share, people are welcome to partake or not. They're welcome to. Because y'all know my biggest thing is all about free will. You can decide if you do want to partake. You can decide if you don't want to partake. That's what it's all about, So I don't know. I hope this helps someone. I don't like to see, so much going on that people sometimes feel like they can't. I might be covering my mic. Sorry. I don't like to see so much going on that people start to feel overwhelmed in any way. And another way that shows that you may be dealing with overwhelm is if it affects your mood. Like right now, it's gloomy outside. It's raining. It's been raining all morning, early in the morning. I woke up to the sound of hail beating against my house and against my window. So it's gloomy, right? But past beyond that, the sun is there. It's there. But we can take this type of day and we could look at it like, oh, this could be a restful day. This could be a soothing day. This could be a day of reflection, a day of meditation. We could look at it like that instead of saying, oh, it's gloomy and depressing, right? It's all a matter of how you look at something, and then that affects the way you feel. So I see so much happening, and I just want to remind everybody that there's always a solution, but the solution may not always come from you. It's not going to always come from you. And it's not always meant to come from you. So you may think that, you're doing all that you can. Don't allow yourself to feel defeated. Don't allow yourself to feel overwhelmed in any way. Don't allow yourself to feel like a failure. Because no, you're not a failure. But there is always a solution. And that solution, sometimes, if you're going to keep hitting a brick wall, it just simply means that you haven't gone within. Once you go within and you relinquish that need to feel like you have to have the answer right now based off of your own abilities, that's where you'll sometimes let yourself down. But go within, be prayerful. Even just let your whole life be a prayer. Let your whole life be a meditative state where you're always looking at anything from inside of here. You go in here, you close your eyes, and you realize, I feel so much more better when I'm connected. Even imagine your crown chakra connecting to what's above, you know? But when you go inside and you realize this is where peace is. This is where peace is. I know that I don't have all of that on my own. But when I realize that there is a frequency that kicks in, some call it God. When I realize that that frequency kicks in and it's the thing that makes me feel almost like if we could remember what it felt like to be in the womb, or remember what it was like, just being a kid and parents took care of everything. You didn't have to worry about nothing. Everything was taken care of. You didn't have to worry about, where you were going to sleep. If there's food, some of us may have had to concern ourselves with those things. But we're still here, right? What didn't kill us made us stronger. We figured out ways and we got stronger. So, I would say focus on that kind of thing. Go back to that and remember that, yeah, we can release all this stuff that seems to be gloomy. There definitely is a sun above all of that. Let's take away ego and take away pride. And be okay with going inside and asking, hey, superconscious mind, please show me the frequency or take me to the frequency that I need to be in order to receive the solutions for this problem. And then show gratitude and say, thank you for showing me that this issue is already solved, and let it go and just watch what happens. The first thing that's going to happen is a peace that Philippians 4, 6, and 7 talks about. You get that peace from whatever it is you want to call it. Everybody has their own way of identifying that source. The biggest thing that we can do is not be judgmental. The biggest thing that we can do is always come from a space of unconditional love. If we are not coming from a space of unconditional love in all that we do, you are getting mediocre results in your life. Your life could be so much more better than mediocre if you literally initiate everything from a space of unconditional love. You need not place any conditions upon the love that you give, because when you give the love that comes from your source, you don't need anything else. You don't need anything else. Hi, Brenton. I almost feel like I need to put this on one of my other social media apps, because people are after certain things. They're looking for things, and they're after these things, and they're chasing them. And people have this saying, I don't chase, I attract. You ain't the only one, nigga. Nah, let me stop. Sorry. That slipped. I'm not perfect. Okay. So, everybody attracts. Good morning. Yeah, we don't have to chase. Nobody has to chase. You attract things when you come from a space of unconditional love. You attract the things that you are like a vibrational match to. So if you don't want to attract things that you feel is not pleasing to you or enhancing you in any way, or may even be detrimental in some way, then realize that that's the vibration I'm hanging out in. Let me get out of this vibration and let me go into a different type of vibration, starting in here. Everything comes from in here and in here. That's where everything comes from. Everything starts there. So again, your heart chakra, your crown chakra. Stay connected, stay plugged in, stay attached to your source. Stay attached. And if you feel like you're in a place where you can't really say what your source is, but there are people around you who you just really feel this comfort level with, don't hesitate to latch on to them. And then eventually you're going to find that it wasn't them. It was the fact that they had that attachment to source that made me feel what I was feeling. Then it will now make it easier for you to make that transition where you thought you were attaching on to them. Really, they were just the road to that frequency. That's it. And you literally attached to your source, you know? So look at things like that, guys. Remember, unconditional love. If it's something that seems difficult to do or even understand, don't underestimate the power of prayer. Pray and ask. Because it's really not much outside of us. Really, everything comes from inside. And it's okay to thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate you so much, King. And I hope that you have such a very blessed day. A very blessed day. You and yours. So many blessings. So yeah, you guys, let's just stay in unconditional love and watch our lives change. And remember to always give gratitude for everything. Be grateful. And then it'll help you be gracious. All right, Kevin. Thank you. So I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Hopefully this was helpful to someone. If anybody needs anything, any words of encouragement, hit my inbox. All right. Love y'all. Have a very happy Thursday.